Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by to talk some makeup today. I have a video for you that is exclusive to the Tati palette. So this is nothing new. In fact, this is very old news and just kind of want to give you a little background on why I'm just posting a video. So when this palette first launched, I was like, it's another neutral palette. I really don't need it. I know it has glitters, but I'm trying to be more mindful, and there's other things I would rather purchase at this time than that. Well, okay, that was the first launch. Then the second restock came and went, and I'm like, you know what? I really don't need it. So fast forward from November till now, and for whatever reason, during the month of February, I started kind of getting the itch, the curiosity itch for, okay, you know, I don't want to regret not picking it up, the whole FOMO thing. And then what if she releases volume 2 and then I regret not having volume 1 and then my collection's incomplete? And anyways, total wrong reason to pick something up, by the way. So anyways, but truly the curiosity was really getting the better of me, and I was at a place where I was like, okay, I have been doing pretty well on my spending, and I just kind of, you know, now's the time that if I'm super curious, now's the time for me to pick it up because there's not a whole lot of releases elsewhere to where there's something else I'd rather pick up. So I started watching a few videos, and that piqued my interest even more, and I thought, okay, come 1st of March, I am going to pick this up, which I did. So thus, here we are. I finally caved and picked up the Tati palette volume 1. So today, this isn't going to be a dazzled or disappointed. I don't want this to be a review. What this is really going to be is just us chatting about this palette. Again, old news, I know, so you may not even want to watch anymore based on, oh, I don't need to see another one of those, but maybe just for entertainment purposes. And if you have not already picked up this palette, maybe this will kind of sway you one way or the other based on my opinions on whether this is right for you, especially if you are more of a bright colored person instead of like the more neutral vibe, which is me. I am definitely more the bolds, the brights, the vivid shades, the neons. And so we're just going to talk about this for a little bit. We're going to do a, you know, get ready with me. We're going to put it on my eyes together in a chit chat format. It's not going to be a voiceover for today. And so I think what we're going to do first is let's just go ahead and talk about it real quick. I don't want to sound repetitive again because this is old news. In the beauty industry, I feel like 5 days old is old news. Anyways, I love the packaging. It's very hefty. It's everything I had hoped it would be. It's everything I had seen that it was. It is that NARS type of packaging, but it's gray, so I feel like it hides imperfections and dirty, you know, spots a little bit easier. I like the lettering. I just think it's very classy. It's very pretty. Again, everything I had seen it to be is exactly what it is. Everybody talks about this super high quality mirror on the inside that is consistent with what everybody is saying. It is very, very large. The pans of product are presented very nicely. The 6 shades with their 4 different finishes. It takes the guesswork out of a lot of it. You're not like, what do I need to pair up? I do think this is a very beginner-friendly palette. I don't know if others would say the same, but truly and honestly, I do, because these excuse me. These glitters are very self-adhesive. You don't need a glitter glue. You don't need a tacky base. They literally, where you place them is where they stay. And I am the ultimate tester of long-wear makeup just because on the regular, I put my makeup on first thing in the morning. I'm talking like 5:30 in the morning, and it doesn't come off usually till about 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. That's just how it goes with me. So not because I'm trying to put makeup to the ultimate test, just because that's when it's most convenient for me to put on and take off my makeup. Anyways, these glitters are very, like, they're self-adhesive, and I don't know, it just, again, takes a lot of the guesswork out of it to where if you're a beginner, you're not like, I'm not sure what I need to, like, pair up here. So anyways, so very, very cohesive, very pretty. The layout, very nice. Just, again, everything that I had seen in pictures and in videos is exactly what I got in my palette and how I feel about it. So as far as, you know, am I going to get what I see? So let's go ahead and go into putting this on my eyes right now so that you can see how it applies, so that you have an idea of how easy or difficult it goes on. And that way, based on your preference, you know if this is right for you. So after that, we'll come back and just kind of wrap up with final thoughts. Let's go. Hey guys, what's up? So today is going to be a just chit chat. Let's use this palette together instead of a voiceover. I just have to start off by saying I was already like 3/4 of the way through the eye look, and I noticed I had never pressed the record button on the camera. So if you are on YouTube and you are a creator, you know how frustrating that can be. And if not, well, let me tell you, it's very frustrating. Just took a makeup wipe, erased everything, and starting over. So let's go ahead and start out. I'm gonna zoom you in just because it's just easier to see what's going on when you're a little bit more up close and personal. So to start off, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Poet shade. Now, those of you who are familiar with this palette, please excuse my repetition. This is more for those who have not tried this out yet or still curious, as I was. This released in November and I just purchased mine. So I succumbed to the curiosity. Anyways, so for those of you who don't know, who haven't maybe watched a whole lot of videos on this, there are 4 different shades of each color broken out into, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. There are 6 different shades. Sorry, 6 different shades with 4 different finishes. So it takes a lot of the guesswork out of it, which is kind of nice. And I am going to go in with the shade Poet, but the matte version. So I am going to place that not as my transition shade. I'm going to place it a little bit lower than I would my transition, because then what I'll do is I'll just come back and place a shade over top of that to kind of peek through. I find that lately more and more I'm finding when I go in with a transition shade and then I go in a little bit lower with something else, I'm finding that it pretty much erases what I've done. And it's frustrating, you know, because you're like, then what the heck is a transition shade for, you know, if it's supposed to kind of peek through, and yet I go a little bit lower and it's no longer peeking through. So either I'm not going high up enough on my brow bone, I'm not sure. But I feel like when I do that, when I go a little too high, then I end up looking like the lady from the Drew Carey show. What was her name? I feel like it was Mimi or something, but I really never watched that show. I just feel like the pictures are like legendary. So yeah, I'm kind of in that like, for me, it just, let me blend that out a little bit. For me, it's just like, what's the point? You know, I may as well do this first and cut a little bit of my time in half, which I have found that that's what happens, which is so much nicer. And, you know, take some of the work out of it and it looks better too, because sometimes then it ends up looking a little muddy. So I just noticed that this shade is totally matching my dress. And that was not intentional. Okay, so see, that's better. I'm saying it's better in that I don't go in with a transition shade first. So it blended out really, really nice. You could tell, like, kind of minimal effort. I'm going to go in with the shade Soothe, which is kind of a cream khaki type of shade. I'm going to also use the matte. Right now we're sticking to the mattes. And I'm just going to take that a little bit higher. Again, so I'm trying to peek a color through here to make it look like I did the work of a transition shade when I really didn't. So, so anyways, yeah, I have really been liking doing it this way, just kind of a little shortcut, but still, you know, still looking like I put the effort into it, and it has made me ever so much happier. Little hacks, you guys, little hacks. And usually I don't come up with them by myself. I mean, this is not something I came up with. I'm sure millions of people do this, but anyways, okay, cool. I like it. Now, let's go in. I don't know what I want to do. I mean, I do know what I want to do because I already practically filmed it, but not, you know. Okay, so I'm going to use the shade. Okay, I'm actually going to change it up from what I did a little while ago, honestly. I'm going to go in with the shade Ritual, the metallic. So let me just tell you what I have found about these. So the times that I've used the metallics, I don't know, I feel like when I look in the pan, I don't really see sparkle or glitter or anything, but when I put it on my eye, I kind of do. And that's not to turn anybody off who is, you know, not wanting to see like sparkle or anything in their metallic shadows, but I don't know, it's just like I see something kind of peeking through, but it adds such a lovely, I don't know, it's a lovely finish. I don't know how else to describe it, but again, like I don't see any, but that's not to say it's not there. And I also have to disclose, I did not watch Tati's video on this palette. When she was first going to release it and she kind of did a video like showing it off for the first time, going through it, going through all the finishes, talking about it. I have not, to this day, have not watched it. And it's not because, oh, I'm against it or anything. It's just that I really was genuinely not interested in this palette up until a few weeks ago when I was like, I really kind of want to see what all the fuss is about. I kind of want to, honestly, it was FOMO. I was afraid to miss out on it, and then she'd come out with volume 2 and I'd be like, I should have bought volume 1. So I genuinely developed a like curiosity towards this palette, I guess is the best way to call it. And then I started watching videos, and I think her name is, what's her name? Is it Ashley Glines? Oh my gosh, I may be totally, she's so nice, and I think that's her name, but if I'm wrong, I am so sorry. Anyways, I watched her video and she was loving it. Now granted, I think she really loves Tati, but her looks looked so pretty. Anyways, so that's like a long way to ramble and tell you I have not watched Tati's video. It's just I didn't feel the need to. It's just kind of one of those things where I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go in with the matte black now. It's called Memory. I don't know. I wanted to pick this up and try it out for myself. So I'm trying to tell you that literally I'm coming at this from a consumer standpoint in the sense of, you know, let's just say, I mean, a lot of people probably pick this up because they are Tati followers, and I watch her videos from time to time, not religiously or anything. I'm not like hardcore, you know. If she has a topic or a makeup product that I'm interested in and she does a video, then yeah, I'll watch it. But, so, like, I literally am coming at this palette from the standpoint of I'm just an average consumer, don't know pretend I don't know anything about her or just, you know, or what this palette is or anything like that. I'm going to grab just a regular brush and kind of buff this out. So yeah, I mean, take it for what it's worth, you know? I mean, if you may be interested in this palette, but you may also be like a super hardcore Tati fan and just haven't taken the plunge for this palette. I don't know. I really don't. So just putting it out there. Putting it out there that this is literally, let's try out these finishes without knowing much about them. So anyways, I chit-chatted through that whole thing, but obviously I feel like actions speak louder than words. Anyways, you've been seeing me put this on, and it's obviously been very effortless. Minimal work involved. I'm just kind of extra blending the black just because it is a very intense black, and I'm just kind of trying to diffuse it a little bit. I'm not trying to go super smoky today. So very pretty, easy. So my favorite anything is glitter. So now I'm trying to decide which one I want to use. I'm not necessarily trying to stay within the same, you know, color scheme and just different finish. I kind of want to go in with the orangey glitter, which is the Story shade. Let's see, this one right here. I kind of want to use that. Now I had heard, who was it? I can't ever remember who I watch or when or how. Anyways, that these are kind of, I mean, that same formula that's kind of suspended, but you really don't need any adhesive. So honestly, this is not a first impressions. I've used this palette before, and that's true. I have literally gone in with no glitter glue, no adhesive, no nothing. Straight up put this on my eyes, and it has lasted all day long. It blows my mind. Anyways, so pretty, so easy, and I mean, who doesn't love a good glitter for which you don't need adhesive? I mean, that's awesome. So pretty. The glitter in this palette really is incredible, I have to say. You know, I am huge on the ABH glitter, and there's a couple that I really do enjoy, and this one is definitely gonna rank high up there because it's beautiful as a standalone product. It's lovely. It's just so easy to work with, so easy to use. This is very, very lightly swirling my finger in there, and not, you know, not hardcore, and this is, it's very intense. It is chunky glitter, but you guys, it's so easy to use. So if you're opposed because glitter gets everywhere, I really have not had that issue. Like, it just stays where I put it, and I don't have any problems, which is amazing. So there we go with that. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of, let me get a better brush for this. I'm going to go in with the shade, let's see. I'm going with the shade Aura, and I'm taking the metallic. That's that, it's like a cream color shade. Champagne, I guess, is the best way to put it. And I'm just going to place that in my inner corner. Let's see. And just brighten that up a little bit. I like to take mine, let's see, like I don't just place it in the inner corner. I kind of take it up like this, just so that it has like a little bit of an outline, and I really love how that looks. It's easy to do, and it adds, I think, it adds so much, but very, very pretty. Again, just so that you can see how easy it has been to use this. Ooh, do you ever feel like, all right, this is a total squirrel moment. You're putting it on, you're putting your inner corner on, and it like your brush is like messing with your eyelashes and it tickles. Am I the only one that happens to? I hope not. But I can't even tell you. I'm very, very ticklish, so that it's hard for me. Okay, let's move on to lower lash line. Then I'll do my lashes and mascara, and we will be done. So I think I'm going to go in with the same shade Poet right here, and just the matte as well, because it will tie in with what I have on the, up here. What is that exactly? Like, what's all the correct terminology? That wasn't a transition. It's what I put lower than a transition, so what would you call that? Again, I'm the average consumer, and by no means do I consider myself to be any kind of expert. So, that's so, so pretty. But anyways, what I was also going to say is that this shade kind of matches my dress somewhat. So I'm pulling a whole, let's tie into the outfit kind of thing. So I also want to disclose that I do wear contacts. And what's crazy is that most powders, most eyeshadows, when I put it on my lower lash line, they go all up in my eye. It's very, very frustrating because then I'm like, oh, sometimes I have to rinse out my contact, and I have not encountered that with these. You know, they're not hugely dusty, so I think that plays a big part, but I really haven't had that, so that's definitely a plus. Okay, so let me go ahead and put on some lashes. Let's see, liner, lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. This is the final look with liner, lashes, everything. So, as you saw, pretty easy to use. We'll talk more about that here in a second, but yeah, easy peasy. A lot of guesswork taken out of it because of the color scheme that's in the palette. And here you go. Hope you enjoyed. All right, my friends, I hope you found that helpful. And just kind of easy, you know, that chit-chat format especially. But yeah, so you saw how easy it was, honestly, to just put, it kind of just places itself. I mean, I really had no issues, no difficulty whatsoever. It is a neutral palette, so you just have to keep that in mind. You're not going to get super bold shades in here. It is a neutral palette, so that came as no surprise to me. It goes on my eyes as a neutral palette would in the sense of shades. Now, as far as the finishes, I think that I think it's very, it's innovative, but it's not. I think her formula is wonderful, so I know that, you know, I think we all figured she was going to put out a quality product, and I do think that's what it is. But like the sequin shades, yes, they're lovely, but I've got a lot of those in my ColourPop palettes. Some of them better than others. I feel like these are very, very nice in that the the glitter stays, or the sparkle stays, the sequins, if you will. They stay as long as I put a tacky base. As long as I lay a tacky base down and I don't buff and blend. I literally go in and just place, I pack, and then I leave it at that. And then the sparkles or the sequins, they stay. Very, very pretty, very classy looking, really, really nice. Again, the glitters, it's a chunky glitter, but it already has like its built-in adhesive, which is amazing. I remember like 5 years ago with all the loose glitter, who would have thought we would come this far in makeup to where you wouldn't need adhesive for your glitter? Sometimes it still blows my mind. Anyways, the metallics are lovely. I find them to be more, I don't know if sparkly is the word. I don't find them to look like liquid metal on my eyes. But again, I have not watched Tati's video. I don't even know that that was the intent behind a metallic finish. I think maybe, you know, just guessing, maybe she wanted something a little bit different. I think they're lovely. They're very, very pretty. They go really nice on the eyes. I just, you know, again, this isn't a review. I'm just trying to express to you why I like or don't like this palette. And honestly, I really like this palette. I'm glad I picked it up. It is $48. I'm going to tell you it ended up coming to like $58 because the shipping was either $4.95 or $5.95, I can't remember, but I also had to pay state sales tax, which I was very surprised because I thought you didn't have to unless the product was sold at a physical store in your state. At least that's the way it used to be in Texas, but apparently things have changed. So I ended up paying shipping and tax, which took the total up to about $58. So I think $48 for this palette is incredible. And if you can catch it on a promotion where you get free shipping, even better. I'm really, really glad I picked it up. So glad I caved. So glad it was still in stock. They perform very beautifully. Again, takes a lot of the guesswork out of it, but it's kind of nice. This is where I say it's innovative, is that you've got the different finishes all laid out for you and you can just pick what you want and go. You know, this is perfect for like those super quick, I need an out the door type of, you know, quick wash of whatever. Or if you want to go super dramatic and you're going out for an evening or it's your birthday or whatever, this can go from basic to glam real fast. Now, the shades, obviously, I'm not saying anything innovative. I'm not saying anything new when I say we haven't seen these shades before. We have. It's neutral, but very pretty in the way it's presented, in the different finishes that you get. Again, super, super glad that I picked it up. I am very happy for it or with it, and now I'm excited for volume 2. I'm excited to see what she comes out with for the next one, and I won't have FOMO because now I got volume 1. Add volume 2 to the collection. All right, my friends, before I let you go, I want to give you a quick verse of encouragement, of motivation, especially right now that the world is absolute chaos. So today's comes from Isaiah 41:10, and it says, "Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand." All right, my friends, if you are feeling fear or discouragement or panic or whatever the case may be, I am here to tell you that God is in control, and it is my prayer, if you don't already know him, that you would come to know him as your Savior and your very best friend. I have to tell you firsthand that just knowing he's in control, knowing that he's got everything taken care of, the world may fall at our feet. Who knows? But you know what? At the end of the day, I have a living hope. I have a hope in Christ, and that is absolutely unshakable. And if you are in a place of fear or panic, then I just want to share that with you. And you know, it's people are searching for something to give them comfort in these very trying times. And there is something out there that can help you feel a little bit more calm, more at peace, and that is Jesus. So thank you again for watching, you guys. I really enjoyed discussing this palette with you today, and we will talk very soon in the next video. Love you and take care. See you soon.